In 1959, 9 Soviet hikers fled their tent into minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit snow, barefoot. No one knows why. It was the last week of January 1959 when Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student, led a group of experienced hikers deep into the Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union. The group included 7 men and 2 women, all young, strong, and trained for the brutal conditions. Their goal was to reach Mount Otorten, its name ominously translating to "don't go there" in the local Mansi language. On February 1st, the group pitched their tent on the slope of Holatsiakl, known as the Mountain of the Dead. They cut into the snow for shelter, ate their final meal, and wrote in their journals. Everything seemed ordinary. Then, sometime in the night, something terrified them so completely they slashed their way out of the tent and fled into the frozen dark, leaving boots, coats, and supplies behind. When search parties finally located the campsite weeks later, the tent was half buried in snow, torn open from the inside. The hikers' footprints stretched away barefoot and in socks, leading into the forest. But the footprints didn't suggest panic. They walked calmly, almost orderly, into certain death. One by one, the bodies were found. 2 men lay under a cedar tree, stripped down to their underwear, as if they had undressed themselves in the snow. 3 others were scattered between the tree and the tent, frozen mid-crawl as they tried to return. But the last 4 were found months later, in a ravine, under several feet of snow, and their condition was horrifying. Some had fractured skulls, others had broken ribs so severe their chests were crushed. One woman was missing her eyes, another, her tongue. Strangely, their external injuries were minimal, as if some massive force had struck them from within. Forensic experts said the damage was comparable to a car crash. Their clothing carried high levels of radiation. Their skin, once pale, had turned an unnatural orange-brown. And no one could explain why some had taken clothing from the dead, wearing shredded garments of their friends, desperately trying to survive. Locals spoke of strange orange lights glowing in the sky that night. Soviet military records later confirmed reports of fireballs in the region. Was it a secret weapons test gone wrong? Others whispered of Yeti attacks, citing a hiker's final diary entry, "We now know that the snowmen exist." Some theorized the group panicked from infrasound, a low-frequency vibration created by the mountain's wind, known to cause nausea, dread, and irrational fear. Others suggest an avalanche, but there were no signs of one. And then came the classified files. For decades, the Soviet Union sealed away the case, fueling suspicion of a cover-up. Were the hikers witnesses to something they were never meant to see? A failed rocket launch? A radioactive experiment? Even stranger, surviving Mansi villagers claimed the mountain was cursed. They avoided it, insisting the spirits of the land demanded blood. In the years since, countless expeditions have retraced the group's steps, but none have uncovered the truth. The pass now bears Dyatlov's name, a permanent scar in the snow. Tourists leave with uneasy stories, strange lights, distorted compass readings, and whispers on the wind. 9 healthy hikers vanished into madness and death. Their tent remains preserved in photographs, slashed open from within. Their footprints still beg the same impossible question. What terror drove them barefoot into the frozen dark, and who or what was waiting in the forest?